Today I want to talk about how to start a business in the UK with little to no money. Now, I talk to a lot of people and they are inspired to go out there, start their own business. They want to be their own boss. Maybe they're sick of the one they've got at the moment, but no judgment, not going to name and shame here. But there are lots of people that want to start their own business. They want to create something for themselves that generates income. And that's admirable, but it can also be quite daunting. There's lots to think about. And if you want to do it and you've got no money, well, how do you even start to do that? Now, I'm here to say that this was part of my journey. I didn't have a huge amount to invest in my business in the start. I had to get it off the ground with, I think, about 50 quid and figure it out from there. You can do it for less, and that is what I'm going to talk you through in this video. So welcome to the Looking After Your Pennies YouTube channel. My name is Charlotte Jessup and my passion is financial education. So I like talking to people on my social platforms about how you can get better at budgeting, you can save money, you can make money, and you can invest that money and grow it for the future. My mission is to help people like you build strong financial futures and to get ahead with your finances. So where do you start then when you are thinking about starting a business and you've got no money? So let's go through the steps. Step number one is obvious. It's to get some sort of idea. Now, what that looks like in the future might be very far removed from your current situation. When you are just looking at starting your business, there might be some things that you're going to have to do in the beginning before you get to this real vision for your business. But it is okay to have that vision. It's okay to have a basic idea around which your business is built around. Now, you might be thinking, oh, I know roughly that this is the section that I want to go in, or, I really like this sort of business where I'm able to do this, this, and this. And those are all great motivating factors. I like to tell people when they're thinking about a side hustle or starting a business is to think about what you want the business to do for you. How is it going to fit in with your lifestyle, either your current lifestyle or a future lifestyle that you would like to have? How do you imagine it's going to grow? How do you imagine having a big team? Do you imagine having, office space? Or is it just going to be you and a computer on the beach? So these are all factors that you need to think about, as well as the main mission and vision for that company. So are you going to be, helping women on maternity leave to manage their money? Or are you going to be making products, physical products or digital products? Do you have a great idea that's going to change the world? And I think it's okay for people. It's very hard to have a completely original idea these days. Even some of the best examples of, businesses, take Uber, for example. They basically have taken taxis and put their own spin on it. They've taken delivery drivers and they put their own spin on it. So it's okay not to have a completely brand new idea. It's more about how you are going to convey that. What's your kind of unique twist on it? So that's the very first step, is to think about that vision. And like I say, it might be a while until that materializes, but you have an aim of where you want to go. And there are ways that you can get there more quickly, slower, whatever fits in with your lifestyle. So for me, my business was a bit slow taking off. This was because at the time I had a full-time job. I also had 2 really young kids, and I was trying to juggle all of those things, and then was, working at midnight in bed on my laptop in the dark, trying to just get my website together. So your lifestyle is going to have a big impact on the trajectory of your business. But the idea is that absolute first starting point. So the next thing to think about is to start small. You are not going to be able to make a huge business with, loads of employees and a massive turnover in, 6 months, particularly if you're starting out with no money. So think small. Think about what you can offer out into the world right now with the resources that you have. And that might not be the dream product, but what you're trying to do is get something out there. So this could be a book, it could be a course, it could be even just a few like PDFs that could help people. Maybe you help people organize things, so you've made some checklists. You need to just start somewhere, and then starting small is really important. Like, it's very, very rare that you get true overnight success stories. Most people who are successful or are perceived as overnight successes have spent like ages, years and years trying to get to that point. It's only when they suddenly become in the public eye, we go, oh look, they're an overnight success. And actually there's years of work that's gone in to make that company what it is today. So everybody has to take that first step, and you need to be realistic about what you can achieve in your current situation. Think about the amount of time that you have, think about the amount of space you have, particularly if you're dealing with, physical products, you're making things or you're buying them in and selling them on. Start with what you have. There's no point you going, you know what, we're going to need to move house because I need a garage and it's going to fill up with stuff, okay? You don't need to get that far ahead. Start small, and as you go, you can scale it up. The next thing to do is think about a name or multiple names and check there are no conflicts with this. You might have an excellent idea for a name, but if somebody has already using it, then that's probably a no-go. Remember, you're looking further ahead about your company. You want to make sure that you are future-proofing and protecting your business as you look, many years in advance. So check out those names. Great places to check can be on social media, see if it's being used there. Do Google searches, search on Facebook. You could also search the trademark records. You can search Companies House. See where these names that you have are being used. You might also want to think about domain names for websites. So you can check out the domain names. There are lots of places that offer this. You can do a quick search. The one I like to use is Namecheap. I'll leave a link for that below. You can fill in the name, the name for your website or your business, and check to see if that is available. So think about this very carefully, and it's good to keep names short. You really don't want to go more than 4 words for the name of your company. 1 or 2 is fab. Remember, if people are typing in the website, they don't want to be typing forever. So try not to go, with a huge name. So the next step is to actually get to the point where you have some money coming in, particularly if you're starting with nothing, you've got very little investment. You need to actually get some money coming in that you can then use to build some more infrastructure and to expand your business. So there are some free platforms. So some good examples of this might be someone like Etsy. There's no actual cost to using that platform. Any of the fees are taken out of your earnings. So let's say you want to do that, organization business or decluttering business, something like that. And you think, I need to generate some income right now so that I can buy a website, and I can then build my website from there and actually have somewhere that I can attract customers. So you could create a few resources, maybe a little ebook, a workbook, a few checklists, and you can then put them on Etsy for free. You could do something similar on Amazon. So you can use Amazon's self-publishing tools to create products and then upload them on there. And again, it won't cost you anything unless you actually sell them, and then they take the money out of each product. So you will still be generating income. So think of something that fits in with your overall vision for the company that you can do now for free. Once you've done that, you can then start earmarking that income for other things. It's just a case of getting the ball rolling, getting some more income into the business so that you've got something that you can use for other things later on. Another thing that you can think about is raising funding from elsewhere. So could you maybe take some money from your own accounts and invest that in the business? Okay, so think of yourselves as an investor in this new business. Could you maybe ask friends and family if they want to invest? They could loan you the money and you could offer to pay them back plus a bit once the business is doing well. You might want to draw up a few contracts for this so it doesn't get awkward. You could also think about doing things like Kickstarters or GoFundMes so that you can actually raise the income that you need to create your business through crowdfunding. There are lots of ways that you can generate some sort of income for your company. You just need to think a little creatively about how you do it. In addition to this, you might want to look into things like small business grants. There are lots of these, and there are some that are like national, global, and there are also some that are more local. So you might want to check out even just your local council. If you're working in an industry that's actually doing something good or positive in your communities, then you might find that there is more money available to help you get started. So look around, try and find different sources of income so that you can start building your business as you can envision it. Another thing to think about is to really utilize free platforms. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, all of these platforms essentially allow you to share your journey, share your products, share your services, whatever it is you're putting out there, with no cost. So you can start creating content for these platforms. If it's videos, you're just going to need a phone. If it's, maybe you want to create some nice images, then you might need a camera. But again, the cameras on our phones these days are good enough. You can take some clever shots with those. If you want support with this, there are so many YouTube videos out there that will show you how to take, nice shots of your products or how to make, interesting videos. And they will help you as you get started in the early days of your company. If you want to create some more graphic design stuff, maybe you need logos or you want some images for Instagram, then you can try using Canva. Canva has a free version and it's got so many tools. I use Canva for everything. I do have a pro account, but in the early days of my business, I was using the free version and it was doing great. So do check that out as a way to improve the quality of your resources. You want to think about, as you go on, once you've used social media to build up a client base, to kind of spread awareness of your business and what you're putting out into the world, the next step, and this is going to involve some investment, is probably setting up a website. You can probably get a website set up for around £50 to £60, and that will be for the first year or so. You can set this up yourself. You don't need to pay somebody to design the website for you. It's really, really simple. I have a whole blog about how you can start your own blog in less than 24 hours. And again, I will link that in the description for you. Now, the final step is, as you start to put your business out into the world, is to just ask for support from friends and family. They may not want to buy whatever it is you're offering, but you can gently encourage them to, like and comment and share your posts. They are always going to be your first supporters. They might take a little bit of warming up to the idea, but get them involved, give them a poke, get them to help spread the word on what you're trying to do. They can really help to kind of raise awareness and to attract new people into your business and into your company as you move forwards. So there you go. Those are the basic steps to starting a business in the UK without any money. You can do this either as a sole trader, and then it's going to require a little bit of money to set up as a limited company, and there will be some further costs involved in that. I started off as a sole trader and have now made looking after your pennies into a limited company. So you don't have to make the decision at the start and then that's the only options. You can go from one to the other. Most people who are creating businesses where they have no investment to start off with will typically start as sole traders and then move on. If you have some money to play with, then you might want to think about going down the limited company route. And the main reason for this is that you can protect things like your name, you can protect yourself because you have this limited liability, which means that you personally aren't liable if something happens. That'll be a whole other video. But yeah, there are two options there. Probably the cheapest one and probably the most straightforward one for most people is to think about being a sole trader to start off with. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that it's given you some kind of pointers and some direction about how you can start your business in the UK with no money. There is so much you can do without needing like a whole lump of cash to get started. If you love these videos, then please do make sure that you like and subscribe. And if you want something a little extra, then please do check out the Money Nook. This is my financial education membership. It's for people like you who are trying to improve their finances and to just get ahead. We have courses on there. There's one on budgeting, there's one on investing. There's also a new workshop planned there every month. We've got 2 workshops in there at the moment, and there's another one landing at the beginning of August. We also have live Q&As and group coaching where we can come together and you can get the answers to the questions around your finances that are troubling you. There's also a fantastic community where we all interact and support each other. There's a really great feel within that group and we would love to have you join us. Please do go check it out. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching today. I will catch you in the next video. Bye.